let's talk. It's business time. The NFL just announced moments before we went live 25 semifinalists for the Hall of Fame for this upcoming Hall of Fame season. The 49ers have three, not one, not two, but three: Ricky Running Waters, Anquan Bolden, and probably most importantly, Patrick Willis, who is overdue already. Now, for those of you that don't know, we're going to talk a little bit about like who we think the locks are of this class, but here's how the process works. It goes from 25, then cuts down to 15, then cuts down to 10, then 5. And then of those 5, 50 members vote. If you get an 80% yes vote, then you're in. That's what it is. So you're part of the 15, cut down 10, cut down 5, then you get a yes or no vote. 80% yes vote, you are in. So Wayne, talk to me about this class. Overall, like I'm not trying to be that guy. I don't think this is a strong class. Are you with me there?
Yeah, like a lot of players, great players, but not Hall of Fame players on this list. Great players with great moments like Hines Ward's, his moments in the Super Bowl throughout the season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Eddie George, probably one of the best running backs out of the Ohio State to ever grace the NFL. Power back, big guy. James Harrison. No, there's no one crazier on this list than James Harrison. I was just watching. Oh my gosh, how freaking funny is this? I was just watching a reel. Ben Roethlisberger and Coach Tomlin, and Roethlisberger says, "Hey man, which defense was better, the '08 or the '10, or however you want to say it, 2010?" And then he started naming the players on the 2010 defense, and I was like, "Good God, they hit like none other."
They did.
I think they changed the rules of football from that defense alone. You had Troy Polamalu, you had James Harrison, Ryan Clark, like hitters on that defense. But yeah, Antonio Gates, Julius Peppers, those names are bolded for a reason. Those will probably be locks.
Gates is in. This is first year. That
Yeah,
dude's in.
he's gonna get voted in. Probably one of the best, top 5 tight ends of all time. Definitely top 10.
And his story. So, like, here's the thing that people don't understand.
Basketball player.
You have to have a story. You have to, and this is why so many. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. So many people like Terrell Davis get into the Hall of Fame because they continue after their football playing career and they go into NFL Network and the telecast. Like that gets them in. John Lynch, I put in that category as well. I love John Lynch, but when did he get in? Right? It took him a long time. It wasn't until big name with TV, then a big name with the Niners. Stories. You got to get that little extra boost to kind of get over the last hurdle. So for me, Antonio Gates is the only lock. Then I go Julius Peppers, Patrick Willis, Reggie Wayne. Those are my next tier that are here. But there's so many Colts on this list. There's Dwight Freeney. There's Reggie Wayne. There's Robert Mathis, which if I had to pick out of this, I'd go – people are going to get upset at this one. I would personally go Reggie Wayne, then Robert Mathis, then Dwight Freeney, but they're going to pull from each other.
Right. I would go Wayne, Freeney, Mathis.
Okay.
That both of us had Wayne.
And they all did it together. It's like the Smith brothers for the 49ers during the same time, right?
There you go.
They worked off of each other. So a couple other names. Let me just go through real quick. Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Willie Anderson, Tiki Barber, Anquan Bolden we mentioned, Jari Evans, London Fletcher, Dwight Freeney, Antonio Gates, Eddie George, James Harrison, Rodney Harrison, Devin Hester, Torrey Holt, Andre Johnson. Shanahan built that man's career. But Andre Johnson was one of my favorite players during that time, just never on any competitive teams. Robert Mathis, Julius Peppers, Steve Smith Sr. That's another one that, like, can you tell the story of football without Steve Smith Sr. and what he's doing now with the broadcasting helps him for sure.
Right. And that could be part of their agenda. Like, I'm you guys know I love Patrick Willis and I'm hoping he gets in. I don't think he's going to get in off of this list. But maybe he needs to kind of, because his football career did get cut short, maybe he needs to get into the broadcasting or something just to see that he's out there still tied to football. Or maybe he doesn't care about the Hall of Fame. At the end of the day, he should be in there. But
my favorite thing about him is he has fought for the other. Like, Bryce Young does not get into the Hall of Fame without Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis.
He legitimately told the committee, don't vote for me vote for Bryant Young. And he did the same thing for Roger Craig, but now Roger Craig has been eliminated from the last one to this one. So now, you know, there's no old hats that are in this really before Patrick Willis. Yeah, Ricky Waters was, but he's an Eagle. He's a Niner. Like, he doesn't. I love Ricky Waters.
Let's have some fun. You ready?
Let's go. Let's do this. Don't hold
All
back,
right.
Wayne. You
All
never
right.
do.
So here we go. Let's go wide receivers off this list. Torrey Hall. I hope you could write this down. Anquan Bolden, because I'm not going to remember them after I say their names. Steve Smith Jr., Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne. Is Devin Hester a damn wide receiver or a running back?
No,
okay.
he's neither. He's just a returner.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right. Those are the wide receivers. Did I miss anybody?
None that I am seeing. Just what's it? Anquan Bolden.
I said Anquan.
Okay, my bad. So, you know, if I had to pick one of those,
here we go. This is it. How did you know this is where we were going?
Because you're not going to do multiple, and these guys are all going to tear votes from each other. I'm going Reggie Wayne by a landslide.
That's crazy, right? So like that, it has to be Reggie Wayne. Maybe Hines Ward next?
Now. So okay, here let's make it. I didn't want this show to do this, but I'm sorry. I love this.
Yes!
I love this. Sorry, I never cuss on this show. This is like John Chapman. I'm smiling more than normal. Okay, Anquan Bolden. Let's build a resume.
Okay.
All right. 3-time Pro Bowl. Bad. He was Offensive Rookie of the Year. Huge. Never made an All-Pro. He was never the best 1 or 2 at wide receiver, but he was consistently great. He was a Walter Payton Man of the Year. That's huge for writers.
That's huge. That's
Super Bowl champ. That's huge. And so, you know, he played for so many good teams, and he was at his best when he first stepped into the league. He had 101 catches and 1,300 yards his rookie year. Dude stepped out and was great. He played till he was 36 and was still great. I love this dude, but I cannot put him ahead of Reggie Wayne. 6 Pro Bowls, 1 Pro Bowl for Reggie Wayne. But he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. And then the year after that, he had 960 yards. Year after that, 1,355. Like this dude, Reggie Wayne, 14,000 receiving yards.
You know who's the new Reggie Wayne in football right now?
Go ahead.
He's currently playing right now.
Cooper Kupp?
Nope.
Who are you going to go with?
Mike freaking Evans, yo.
Yeah. Different styles, but
as far as consistency in the 1,000 yards, like it's definitely there.
The thing I will say, Mike Evans is doing it with trash quarterbers. Reggie Wayne did it all with Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
You know what I mean? So like that. I ain't trying to be mean.
I mean, does that factor in? They don't say, well, he had Manning, he had Brady.
I think it does because these are sports writers that vote on that.
Okay.
Now, all right, let's keep doing that. We're not doing this for every player on here, but let's talk Torrey Holt. 7 Pro Bowls, more than the others. 1 All-Pro, 1 Super Bowl on the Hall of Fame team. That's huge. And Torrey Holt, listen to this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
So how's he not in the How is he not in the Hall of Fame, bro?
Those were the most inflated offenses, right? Show on turf, greatest show on turf, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but he still produced with running backs.
Bruce, man, was freaking.
Yeah,
he wasn't even the number 1 on his own team for a while.
I know he was the guy.
But and understand this: when we're talking, all these guys belong. They all belong, but only 5 get in. I'm not trying to say any of these guys are not Hall of Famers. That's all I'm saying at all. I don't think Wayne's saying that either. But
no, we're talking about in 2024, there will only be 5 off this list.
Correct. Now, okay, let's go Steve Smith. 5 Pro Bowls. 5. That's lower. 2 All-Pros. That's more. Comeback Player of the Year. That's important.
Huge.
Dude played 16 years.
He ain't had no quarterback either. I don't give what you say.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't you put who's his quarterback? Jack Delhomme?
Delhomme.
Delhomme. Like I had to make up my own name. Like I can't tell you who his quarterbacks were. Who was his quarterback when he got
Delhomme.
Jake Delhomme.
His best year, Jake Delhomme was his quarterback.
He told Jake to just throw him the damn ball.
He did.
I feel like he brought the dog to the wide receiver position.
And I love that about him. Like personality, all those different things. And I mean, even after he left Carolina, his 35-year-old season still had 1,000 yards with the Baltimore Ravens.
Right? Yeah.
With Flacco. So great great career. I'm not putting him above those other ones. I like him more
Ah,
because he was small, he was mean,
he was
Mighty
a dog.
Mouse. He
He was
beat
a
the
dog.
crap out of everybody. But I
What
ain't
about
doing that.
Let's go to Hines Ward because I got to see his
God, I
number.
miss this, Wayne. I miss this.
His numbers aren't going to be thousands and thousands because they Steelers just have receivers, but he was consistent too. Touchdown
4
should have
Pro
been up.
Bowls, so the lowest out of
That's the
all of them.
lowest.
No All Pros.
So that's
2
where it
Super
hurts.
Bowls, and he was a
That
Super Bowl MVP,
that
which none of
helps.
these
That
others
helps.
say
That
that.
helps. That helps a lot.
And could you say probably the number 1 blocking wide receiver,
Wide receiver, yeah,
maybe ever? Played all of his seasons with one team,
that helps.
1998 to 2011.
That helps.
The narrative aspect, the numbers, the All Pros don't exist. He was never the best at his position. So that's hard for me. All Pros are my number one thing whenever I look at Hall of Fame. Are you the best at your position during your time? He
Okay.
never was.
I can't argue with that, but he was ahead of his time
He was.
when it comes to being a wide receiver. He would be the perfect prototypical wide receiver for Kyle Shanahan, bro.
He would. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my gosh. Like he runs the Debo plays. And he blocks like Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
And he was a red zone target threat. Like he was a threat in the red zone.
I love the fact he finished with exactly 1,000 career receptions and played till he was 35. So longevity check, narrative check, Super Bowl MVP. But if I'm taking one, it's Reggie Wayne at the wide receiver position.
It's just Reggie Wayne.
What I'm doing.
Like, and then that's one out of 5. Who else is making this list? Maybe Jahari Evans.
No, I don't see that. Now, the 2 that I liked the most were Julius Peppers and Patrick Willis.
Yeah.
Which, I looked up their things. And again, like
Peppers played for like
forever.
Yeah. Like
he played 9-time Pro Bowl. That's bananas. 3-time All Pro. He was an all-decade team twice.
Oh, yeah, he's in.
Now, if you look at, he played 17 years. Pro Football Reference does a Hall of Fame score. He has a 119, which is 8th all-time for any defensive end.
God, Lord.
The dude never won a Super Bowl, though. Never on any winning teams.
Yeah, but the All-Pros help. The
All-Pros help. Now, let's look at Patrick Willis. 7 Pro Bowls. That's pretty remarkable. 5 All-Pros. He's got the most All-Pros of anybody on this damn list.
So then he makes it.
Longevity is the only issue, right? He didn't play long.
No, it can't be. It was on the prior list, the prior ballot.
Right. And then you look at this back to the Pro Football Reference score. He has a 110.1. So it's a little below. It's a little below Peppers, but it's the 8th highest score ever for a linebacker.
Oh, he's got to get in on this ballot then.
There's no competition for him. In the past, it was BY. It was Roger Craig. There's no Niners competition here. Yeah, Bolden, but he's not pulling votes. The wide receivers go to pull votes from each other.
What about Ricky Waters? Will he pull votes?
I don't think so because I don't.
Ricky was.
I don't think he considers himself to be a 49er.
I don't think Anquan Bolden does either, but we talked about him.
Do you know? Okay, I'm going to ask this.
That's a Raven.
Somebody in the chat knows this. Does anybody know what team Ricky Waters played the most for? Does anybody know? Do you know, Wayne?
Is it the Eagles?
No.
The team after the Eagles.
Yes. What team is that?
Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Give me a hint. Give me an animal. Give me a hint.
It's a bird.
The Cardinals?
Nope.
Seahawks.
Yes. He played 4 years with the Seahawks, 3 with Philly, 3 with the Niners.
The Seahawks.
I know. He's played the most games for the Seahawks, too.
I can't vote for him.
Yeah.
But he reps the Niners. Like, everything about him is Niner this, Niner that. Like he's a Niner.
Dude, speaking of Niners, shout out to my man Darren 808. We were hanging out with him in Seattle. He won, I don't remember what you won. He won one of the trivias. Him and Jen, they're the best from Hawaii. Appreciate the chocolates, by the way. Me and my son went to town on those bad boys. Had a blast at the Rush Party in Seattle. Can't wait to party with you both again. Say hi to the wife and Jen for us. They were the power dynamic couple, man.
Awesome.
They were really cool. So
the sea chickens.
There we go. So yeah. So if I look at, I love Ricky Waters, but his best 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years were not with the Niners.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Like he topped 1,000 yards his rookie year with us. Afterwards, he went 1,200, 14, 11, 12, 12, 12, not with us. His
Yeah,
best years were
that's
not with us.
but the Niners offense was different. Like how many?
Yes, true.
Like never mind.
He
You're
had
right.
more receptions with the
I was
Eagles.
getting ready to.
He had more
Dang.
receptions with the Seahawks.
Because he was the weapon.
Yeah, he was. So I love Ricky Waters. Like
See, that's
Ricky
not.
Waters, let's go. I love this man.
I feel like that's unfair, but
But
I got you.
But I probably should speak higher because I've tried to work with his agent to get him to come out. He's a hard man to pin down. I'll tell you that right now.
What about Eddie George then on this list?
Oh, let's go with I would like to reference that Wayne is making the case for an Ohio State player.
Oh yeah, Eddie George was a bad man. Listen, that was a big mother trucker,
big,
bro.
6'3", 235, 4 Pro Bowls, 1 All Pro.
He was like the
rookie of
Todd
the year.
Gurley before Todd Gurley. Like he was big.
He didn't play. He played 9 years.
Or Steven Jackson. Remember Steven Jackson?
I love Steven Jackson.
I met Steven Jackson. I remember I was on the BET 106 in Park set. He came on. He was one of the hosts.
Big dude.
That was a big mother trucker, bro.
So, like, if you look at that Pro Football Reference number, he has a 46.
Oh yeah,
which is 43rd out of running backs. Like he's.
You didn't tell me Ricky Waters' pro score football number.
I apologize for that. Let me go back. Ricky Waters, his score, 64.
Oh,
so he's 30th. He's down. He's down pretty far.
Fred Taylor. Since we're doing running backs, you got to look up Fred Taylor.
One of the best players on a bad team, you know.
Yeah.
But 1 Pro Bowl, no All Pros.
Dang.
He has no awards.
That's because the team sucked, bro.
They were terrible. But he's got more yards than Ricky Waters and Eddie George. He's got over 11,000. And again, that number 53. So like he's
a bad number.
He's
so
not
so
getting
far.
in.
It sounds like we got 3. Do you think Jared Allen has a shot? Do you think James Harrison has a shot?
Harrison does. Jared Allen, 5 Pro Bowls, 4 All Pros. I think he's number 2 on this whole list as far as All Pros go.
So follow the All Pros.
Yeah, for me personally, that's where I start. Are you the best at your position? He was.
Yeah,
and he came into the league as a long snapper. I think that's pretty badass. Yeah. Like he was a long snapper, converted guy, and he just kept dominating. So he's a little bit of a long shot.
Viking, y'all. Minnesota Viking.
Yeah, so there we go. Anybody else you want to talk about? We haven't talked about yet.
Nah, I think. I mean, you could talk about like.
Oh, this is fun.
Maybe possibly. Let's the last one. I promise.
Okay.
Dwight Freeney versus Robert Mathis.
Oh, see, and that's the thing. You even alluded to it. It's verse. These two guys have the same sports writer making both their cases at the same position on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
That's difficult. Okay. So Dwight Freeney, 7 Pro Bowls, legit. 3 All Pros, legit. 1 Super Bowl. He's a part of the 2000 All-Decade team. Awesome. We look at career sacks, 125. That is check mark, man. He's 86 on his PFR score, which is 15th among defensive.
Okay.
So Freeney's not bad. Not bad. Now we're going with Robert Mathis?
Yeah, we're going to close out on this. Shout out to while you're looking that up, Smoking Niner Guy.
Oh.
The video is actually out. If you go to my channel and you click on my channel, it should pop right up.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Video.
Yeah. Oh, that's Kenneth, man. What's up? He was there for the filming of your video.
Yeah, it's out, baby. It's been out for about a month now. But go check it out, man. Let me know what you think.
Yes. Oh, it's freaking awesome, man. I was in the background, like having a good time watching everybody.
I didn't realize you had bartending skills. It would have been cool to get a bartending cameo from John Chapman. You know,
we always going to have a good time, man. That's all.
We got to call you a mixologist from now on.
Oh, well, I'm not good at making drinks, but I can get people a little tipsy and I can make people have a good time. I'm not a good mixer. Okay, so Robert Mathis, 5 Pro Bowls, 1 All Pro. 1 Super Bowl champ.
So Freeney better. Just like I said at the beginning of the show.
Well, he's got 123 sacks, did it in less time.
Damn.
His score, if I can scroll correctly, if I'm smart, 46.6, way down. So, yeah, you are correct. I think Mathis, I think you're right. Freeney should get in.
I think Freeney's from Connecticut, and that's what made me like really like. One of them went to Connecticut, one high school in Connecticut.
Robert Mathis from Atlanta. So yeah, he's that's not him. So that's your guy.
Somebody
so that's some fun Hall of Fame talk, man.
That was cool. Woo. Like I felt like we definitely need to do that more often when those lists come out. That was fun because it took me back down memory lane. You know?
Now let me ask you this: when we were started, you said you don't think Patrick Willis gets in. We went through.
I had to go through the criteria. I just feel like Niners.
You still think no?
No, he better get in after going through what we did.
That's what I'm talking about.
After going through this exercise. Now, the reason why I said that I don't think he wasn't going to get in had nothing to do with his stats or things like that. It's just the way the cookie crumbles for San Francisco 49er players. It's just like it's for some reason there's too many of them in there, and it's politics as usual. Boom, 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 boom.
Always.
Boom, boom.
And I'll say this again: all those guys belong. I'm not sitting here saying 100%. They don't. Like, these are damn good players. Only 5 get in. But like one of the phrases I really like, this is the Hall of Fame. It's not the Hall of Very Good. And Patrick Willis is not in the Hall of Very Good. That MF is in the Hall of Damn Fame. You can't tell the story of football during the 2000s without Patrick Willis.
Here's my thing on Patrick Willis. If you are man enough to tell Ray Lewis, nah, your ass belong in the Hall of Fame.
That's a
if
good
you don't know what I'm talking about, Ray was like, come up out that jersey, young fella. He was like, what, this jersey? I'm still wearing it.
Yeah.
Nah, just come up out the jersey. Nah, it's dirty. It's sweaty. I'll get you a clean one. Patrick Willis told him no, like straight up.
If I know anything, it's watch out with your jackets and your jerseys around Ray Lewis because bad things happen. That's all I got to say. So anyway, I will rest on that one.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.